Morning again. 2 videos in one morning, lucky you. So I'm going to talk about Copaiba this morning. This video may be a little bit longer, but it's only because there's so much good information that I want to give you about Copaiba. So you may know that doTERRA only released Copaiba in Australia in March, so at convention. So you could purchase it for a few months prior to that. I want to say maybe you could purchase it for 6 months or so prior to that, but you had to get it from the US warehouse. So it is now available in Australia. So what that means, if you have never logged on to your doTERRA account before, sorry, I'm just aware I look a bit like Elvis with my nice flick going on. If you've never logged into your doTERRA back office, your account, with the password and login information that you were sent when you enrolled, then what I mean by you can purchase is you can log into your back office, you can type into the search bar Copaiba, starts with a C, and you can purchase it that way. I think it's just over $50 something wholesale. So that's assuming that you have a wholesale account. If you don't have a wholesale account, you need to contact me because you're going to be paying retail, and there is honestly no point in people paying retail. Maybe if you only ever intend to purchase one oil ever, which never happens, by the way, because people purchase one oil and they realize how bloody amazing that one oil is, and then they start to purchase more. So if you don't have a wholesale account, let me know and I will sort you out. Basically, I'm trying to figure out how to say everything that I want to say because there's such a thing as compliance with doTERRA, which basically means that I'm not part of a pharmaceutical company, so I can't tell you that essential oils are going to heal, treat, cure anything. They've been known to do so, but I can't tell you specifically that they do. So I have to be a little bit careful with Copaiba. So basically, if you think of Copaiba is part of the cannabis family. It's a cannabinoid. Now there's 2 types. There is CB1 and CB2. CB1 is marijuana. It contains a psychoactive component, which, gets people high and off their rocker when they smoke marijuana. But Copaiba doesn't contain CB1. It only contains CB2. So I like to make the reference for people between medical marijuana and Copaiba. Now that's not saying that they work in exactly the same way, but it just gives a really good understanding of, there is a good reason why there's a lot of a push for medical marijuana these days, and Copaiba comes from the same family. So for centuries, South Americans have been using the Copaiba resin. So when I say resin, I mean they chip into the Copaiba tree and they let the resin seep up, harden, they chip it off. And they've been burning that resin for centuries for respiratory health, digestive health, urinary health, cardiovascular, immune, whole body, every single system. They have been using Copaiba resin for centuries to help support. So this little baby, 1 drop, is so amazing for your entire body and all of its systems. It's calming, it's soothing, it's supportive to the skin, to the nervous system. So you can talk, things as small as you're feeling a little bit nervous about something. Copaiba can help there. For me, central nervous system, my biggest use is absolutely headaches. I will hands down never go to anything else because I've never had anything work as effectively on, I say headache, it's most likely they've actually been migraines. I've never had anything work as effectively as Copaiba because it interacts with your nervous system. And when you get a headache, it's often those nerves all tightening up. So you can imagine how calming Copaiba is for headaches if it's, tight nerves. You can take it internally, obviously, and it has really, really high antioxidant properties. So it's really good for your skin on a cellular level. So Copaiba works really effectively with all of your cells. Obviously, our whole body is made up of cells, so it's beneficial everywhere. There is an amazing video, and I will try and find it and link it, but it was shown to us at a doTERRA event, and one of the founders of doTERRA, Emily Wright, was at this event that I went to, and they showed us a video of a woman in the States, and I didn't catch what her condition was, but what I do know is she had no feeling in one side of her body, and she had been that way. Maybe she was in her mid-30s, so she had that for 12 years. So I don't know whether she had a stroke or something along those lines, but whatever happened, she had no feeling in one side of her body. And she started just recording videos on her phone for a week. So she kind of spaced them out over a week. So the only thing she changed about her daily routine was a drop of Copaiba under her tongue each day. At the end of the first day, she noticed some amazing results. So her hand was like this all the time. She couldn't open it. And she had tried every medication under the sun, she said, and she couldn't open it. So that night, she was sitting in bed and she noticed that her hand was like that, which she said had not happened in 12 years. And she was so amazed. So she continued to do a drop of Copaiba under her tongue every day and changing nothing else. A week later, she did another video and she showed herself doing this with her hand, the hand that was usually like that. And she said that she got the fright of her life because she could feel something on her face. She was like, what is that on my cheek? And then she realized it was her hair touching her cheek. And she didn't realize what that was because she'd had 12 years of not knowing what it felt like to have her hair touch her cheek because she had no feeling in that side of her face. And by the time, I think over a fortnight, she said that she was able to hold her husband's hand with the hand that had been closed for 12 years. And she'd never been able to do that with that hand. So there's stories like that coming out about Copaiba everywhere. So it's really, really, really amazing. So there's a lot of other stuff that's been said about Copaiba. So it may help. Now, this is because it's not, doTERRA have only just released it. So therefore their testing and things that they've done on it may have been quite limited. So it may help gastrointestinal tract and colon, so it can help to calm that down potentially. It has the potential to support urine health and ease menstruation. So for me, with all the women's health stuff I love, I would be, if I was someone who got quite bad PMS or cramping or something like that and was in a lot of pain when I got my period, I would probably be taking Copaiba daily, a drop of it in a capsule or ingesting it like I showed you in a hot drink in the morning. I'd probably just be doing that to see what happened, because at the end of the day, all it's going to do is benefit the rest of your cells. Whether it actually helps with that menstruation pain or not, it's going to benefit the rest of the cells of your body. There's also some evidence that it may help with circulation. So if you have any type of circulatory issue, and I know there's a few people in here that do, Copaiba could be really useful for you. I would probably generally recommend in combination with frankincense, because frankincense is really good for your circulation as well. So I think the two together for most things are like a power duo. So I would definitely recommend, if you've got issues with circulation, that type of thing, that you give that a go. Trying to think of what else. Copaiba will now go into my immune support if we are unwell, just because it reacts with the body every system of the body and on a cellular level. So when you're looking at the health of your cells, that is what helps you to stay well. So I will be using it for that. It's probably the oil that I ingest most days, which I don't, other than cinnamon, it's not often that I would use an oil just every day for health, but Copaiba I do. If you, and I have to be careful how I say this, if you maybe get feelings of anxiousness, I think I'm allowed to say it that way. I'm just not allowed to use technical names of conditions. If you get feelings of anxiousness, you get nervous quite often, I definitely recommend Copaiba because it's going to calm your nervous system really, really quickly. So that's a really good one. I think that's probably, it helps to reduce blemishes. So if I get like this, a nice little pimple there, which is actually not little, it's actually quite big, I will put Copaiba, just dab it straight on because it helps to reduce the look of blemishes and is really good for your skin. So you could add it to your skincare if you wanted to. With frankincense and lavender, it would be a really, really nice combination. And I think that's it, really. Hope that kind of gave you a bit of a synopsis about how amazing Copaiba is. So if you don't have it, maybe put it in your next order because it's very quickly becoming one of my most used and will continue to be one of my most used. So I think that's it. Be aware when you taste it, it is a bit like chewing on a burnt tree branch, but it's effective and it doesn't last for long. So I am going to, please, any other oils you feel you're not using well or you want more information on, or even if there is some type of support you're after and you don't know what oils would help you with that, comment and I can do videos on that too. So it might be, I'm trying to think of what it might be. Maybe it's stiff joints. Maybe you're looking for study support for your kids. Maybe study support for you. Maybe you're wanting emotional support. Anything that you can think of. Maybe you're wanting to go low tox. Maybe you want to make your own beauty products. Beauty products, just come to our workshop. I'll post about that today. But comment and we can do videos on those type of things for you as well because we want to support you. I cannot stress enough that we love, like it's actually the highlight of my, almost, other than my kids and husband, highlight of my life is running classes. This type of information delivered in a class is beautiful. So please get on to us to book yourself a class. If you have family and friends, whether they're interested or not, but you know they could benefit, please feel free to ask Kylie or I or anyone. You might know someone that's in this group that uses essential oils and is willing to run a class for you. Get in contact with one of us and book a class because it's so worth it. You will get so much information and you will leave really feeling like you know how to use your oils well. Okay, that is it from me. I will probably see you in a few days. So have a great day.